There we go. We are live with the YGG Weekend Challenge. Welcome, everybody. We are joined today by our our panel of hosts, rather, the infamous Lorkus joining us. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's up?
That was the most fun I've had in that intro, Damour. Your face was fantastic. It was great. If you can't get it right, we can at least make it fun.
I was expecting the faces to show up, so I just prepared accordingly and had the pose ready to go.
Well done.
We're joined by Bakuoni. Welcome, sir.
Hello, hello.
And the always excellent town hall representative, Danger.
Greetings.
And of course, our famous singer, Mr. Cydric.
Oh.
Hola! How are you?
All right, so our tournament has officially started. Have we got a count on how many checked in?
A lot of qualifiers.
Yeah, there's a ton of people in qualifiers, but we had 209. But let's see our check-in.
Yay.
No, I'm not sure yet. Sorry.
It shows you if you check. Let me.
I know it shows me somewhere. I'm dumb.
That's okay. I'll find it.
I'll just keep clicking buttons.
So if you click on details, no, not details, arena, and you scroll all the way to the bottom, it shows you there. Qualifier round started with 96 players checked in. So that's
96. Okay.
96 contestants, which is a pretty damn
so
good count.
64 went into qualifiers.
Sure.
So yeah, pretty busy there.
Are you playing?
I am not.
I am.
Bakuoni is.
Baku's going for the
me
extra
too.
prize.
He
Just
wants
for
the
fun.
extra prize.
Me too, I'm playing.
I see Cydrake's in the qualifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's taking
exciting.
on somebody from Peak Monsters Feeder 3. We can.
Peak
Get
Monsters-
inside, Rake.
Peak
Get
Monsters
inside, Rake.
is a tough guild.
Come on, Cydrake.
No.
If you could beat the
So
Peak Monsters,
Cydrake, I gotta tell you, my partner and I were discussing the stream, and I was talking about just some of the cards, and she was trying to carry on the conversation with me, and she totally pulled a Cydrake. She talked about the what was it? I think she called it the Blastoise Kitty, which I assume was mixing together Pokemon and the Byzantine Kitty. I can only assume. I was like, Cydrake and you should just talk about Splinterlands because this would go well. Thought you'd appreciate that.
Oh no, I'm losing! No!
and Lordo.
Oh.
Okay, we have
Oh.
it. We have the fight here.
Don't distract him. Don't distract him.
So let's see.
Oh.
No music.
Cydrake in the qualifier.
Oh.
Switch off the music. Switch off the music. There we go.
That was awful. Really
So-
awful.
Oh
Cydric went with
no.
the.
Oh no.
Cydric went with the Kelia. Is Cydric on top?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Versus Thaddeus.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Look at that
Yeah,
one
it
hit.
was really bad. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
a
it was fun.
blast. Okay.
Super sneak and blast.
Well, I commend you for attempting to play while streaming. It's always a tough one.
Well, yes, we tried. We tried. Oh, Bad Pixie. Bad Pixie is a strong player, right? He's one of our
Yeah.
Yes.
regular tournament participants, right? So you went out against a strong player. You can feel better about that.
Yay!
I know it's not much of a consolation prize, but it is something. At least.
Okay.
We do have a bunch of YGG people in the tournament. We can talk about them a little bit. We should probably get started. Danger, I know, has lots of interesting stuff to tell us.
Oh,
Let's go.
So, William,
I'm back.
some. I don't know about lots. So
Go ahead.
so this week I don't know that there was a lot that brought out. Probably the big news I think is a little ways down, but we'll start at the beginning here. The tower defense. For folks that aren't tracking, Double Coconut is supposed to be working the mobile app piece of Splinterlands, right? And as part of that deal, Splinterlands is going to let them build this tower defense game. So there's several people that are working on this. I know of a lot of folks have seen it, right? They did the initial pack by a couple weeks ago now. And I think that there's like an ongoing like developer's diary with what's going on in the tower defense game. It's kind of interesting, in my opinion, that they're making other things, right? I know the team has talked about wanting to branch out and wanting to make things that aren't Splinterlands games that aren't the card battler that we've all been playing for the last however long. So they want to make other things that folks can get involved with and like spend some time doing. So tower defense is the first entry into that. And I think we'll see some other things. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some like a Candy Crush version of Splinterlands, or some other.
No more of those, please. No.
Well, it's a simple thing to code up, Psydrake. I'll be honest. But they want to build some other kind of games that let folks do things in the Splinterverse here that aren't Splinterlands. So we'll see, right? This is the first entry into that. So they're working on that.
It is low hanging fruit, and I think the important thing to me, at least for this, is that it will provide another avenue for scarcity, because it should allow for staking of assets to increase scarcity, for decrease scarcity. What's the right word there? It makes things more scarce inside the Splinterlands ecosystem.
Yeah, and we'll see how it does with bringing new folks in, because I know a lot of folks are kind of 50-50 on the card auto battler. I'll be honest. I've played a video game in the last 10 years. Card auto battlers are not kind of the cutting edge of video games in this day and age. So if you're kind of looking for like the greatest thing ever, so we'll see what they come up with. We'll see what they do as far as bringing in the mobile crowd, which is I think where the money's at, right? Like AAA games is one thing, but I think the mobile gaming market with the Candy Crush type games, that's where the money is. I
wouldn't say the money, but more the numbers, and through the numbers you get to the money, right? So
there are more casual gamers.
Yeah.
Yep, agreed. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
We have another person on our stream battling, so I figured I should show Baku as well. So
yep.
You're welcome, Dan.
We know he's gonna win, so I don't even know why you bothered.
I was a bit scared. And he had one.
What are you trying to say about Willbender?
So he had one.
This is a YG battle here. This is brutal.
Like,
wow.
I have tremendous faith in Baku. Tremendous faith.
Thanks.
Baku.
He has been consistent in his prowess, for sure.
GG.
You got him. 5 cards to 1. Yeah, you got him.
Yeah, that's a solid win. That's a solid win.
Let's go, Baku!
Oh, this is a win rate right there. I was like,
All right. Sorry. We're talking about tower defense.
Yeah. So we'll scroll on down, right? So I think they've updated the roadmap. I don't know that a lot has changed as far as what folks are looking at, right? They're still trying to roll out, land.
So what's land phase 1? What date have we got in land phase 1?
I don't think we have a date. I don't think
a quarter.
It's supposed to be Q4, which is now. So we'll see. We'll see what comes out between now and the end of the year. I think the big news short term is Lux Vega, right, which is supposed to come out on Tuesday.
Oh wow, is it that quick? I didn't realize. Holy moly!
I think it's.
I was thinking it was Monday. Like I can't even keep track of days. I'm sure you're right. We'll get there. It's in here.
So that's like tomorrow.
It's very soon.
So I'm too late for it.
Well, if you got $1,000, that's what it costs. What it get? Or 500.
Well, that's not true.
Ouch.
It's like, what is it? So vouchers are like 20 cents or something. So it's like $600.
You can get a 500 discount or a 400 discount.
Yeah, I thought you get 50% off.
If you have the vouchers, you can get it for $500. So.
And then I think the 500 vouchers is
$100. Yeah, no, you're right.
So $600.
$600. You can get Lux.
And if you're a fast clicker, $600 if you're a fast clicker.
And if your internet connection is good.
Oh, right. Just where it happens at 1 a.m. at night for me. Okay, one of those stories again. Okay, fine. I get it. I cannot have nice things.
They hate you, Damour.
They do. They just hate me. They just hate me. Yes,
there it is. Here it is right here. Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. So, 4 in the morning on Wednesday morning.
It's not too bad. That's doable. That's more doable. I usually get up around 6, so getting up 2 hours earlier is not too bad.
So it'll be interesting, right? There's 1,000 of them available. Very similar to Waka, the Waka sale from a couple of months back. The really interesting thing that I think is it's $1 million DEC. But they haven't said what's going to become of this DEC, right? Is it going to be burned? Is it going to go into Splinterlands? It probably is going to go into the Splinterlands coffers.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I think Aggie said something about the Splinterfest costing them several $1,000s. So I'm sure they're going to try to offset that with Lux Vega here.
I think that was the original intention. So I don't really have anything against that, to be honest with you.
No, I don't. I think that's
we were speculating that like if they sold all of these, it would roughly pay for a conference center, right? I think that's roughly what we were ballparking in cost.
I think they'll make money. They'll make money. They'll make money on that. Easy. They'll make money on this. So it'll be interesting. I mean, honestly, my opinion, and this is Danger's personal opinion.
We like Danger's personal opinion.
I struggle with the neutral summoner because it's so powerful and it's so kind of lopsided because if you're big into renting, it's like the only thing you need to rent. You can rent this one thing.
Buy all of them you can. Hear this man. They should. This card will be popular.
You know.
Is that what you have a problem with, Danger? Is how many to buy?
No, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just nervous about them. After the sale of this thing and a couple months later, and they realize the win percentage is way off on it, that they nerf the crap out of it, and everybody's going to be upset about it.
It could go both ways because
the price could drop. Mm-hmm.
The more people that play it, because that's the only card they're rented, they could have the higher chance of losing as well.
Once people learn how to play against it, as because people like Lamacron was devastating until everyone learned the right way to play against Lamacron. So if you're going against someone that's played 5 matches with Lux Vega in a row, maybe we'll figure that out.
It's gonna be a Lux.
But look at history, right? They have nerfed 1 or 2 cards, I believe, but it's
they've nerfed several. It's more than 1 or 2. They've nerfed several.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've had to nerf.
I think it's definitely a possibility, but they were intending for this to be very rewarding for people to go to Splinterfest. That's kind of why they set this up to be a special card. So if they do have to nerf it, I suspect that it'll still be very interesting in some way. So I guess I'm not too worried about that. Mostly, I'm just super excited about this card. This is going to be so much fun.
It's going to be like Damour.
I think it's strong. I mean, the stats that it's adding is beneficial to any team out there. It doesn't matter what you're playing.
No,
right?
I'm protected. No armor.
Yeah, and it doesn't help if
Yeah.
you're in the reverse speed.
Sure. Okay, so there's some
but
exclusions.
it hurts a lot of our current summoners, right? It hurts Kayla the worst, right? Which is the most expensive summoner, the most expensive rare summoner that's out there, right? It really hurts that one. And there's some arguments about some other ones too. You know, particularly if you look at like the beta summoners, it really hurts the value of some of those cards. And I don't know. Again, not my decision, but I'm scratching my head at why they went the way they did. But that's just danger. You know, you guys, please form your own opinion. And
well, they said it. They said at the event that maybe they didn't think through all the different possibilities, but the intent was to make it usable in every scenario, much like Archmage areas, and that they thought that using the instead of going with the 3 combat boost, that using something like this was a way that any card could benefit. Exactly like you said, like the intent was to make it beneficial to any card, but to also be something very powerful like Archmage areas, which I think they hit a home run on. Those are their goals. You're suggesting that perhaps those goals were incorrect, so I guess we'll see.
Well, there's a difference between, you know, Archmage areas is what there's not very many of them. How many are there? 100? Not even 100.
But it's roughly the same difference between the Alpha Packs versus Chaos Legion.
I mean, 1,000 is not that many for our community.
We're not talking.
There's 87 Archmages, and you're pumping that number up by
10.
Okay. I mean, I guess we'll just have to see, right? I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure.
And the important question: are you going to buy one?
Well, yeah, I think I certainly am. So we just
buy three at least.
Wow. Okay. Going big.
I don't know that 3 is a realistic number that you said.
That's a large number.
Well, no, I mean, I went to Splinterfest, so I would certainly use my discount from that.
Yeah.
You got 2, right? Didn't you buy 2 tickets, Lorkus?
Are we really going to talk about that on the live stream?
No.
Thanks for that.
I don't mean to make you feel bad, but you know, if you bought 2 tickets, you're obligated to buy 2 Lux Vegas, aren't you? I mean,
I am indeed buying 2 Lux Vegas.
So I think we should catch up and chat a little bit here. Many things being dropped here in chat that we're kind of like ignoring and not really.
Oh man,
discussing.
Yeah,
I was not paying attention. Thank you, Damour.
yeah. There are many different
So
questions.
Lorna wants to know what was the last card that was nerfed post
I don't
release?
remember.
I have no idea.
So the last card that was boosted was Genra Nova, but I can't remember the last one that was nerfed.
So before my time, but the 2 that come off of that are first off of my mind are Prince Julian was nerfed. It used to have -1 health. They removed that, and what was the other one? It was Goblin. What's that guy called? The Goblin Blaster.
Yeah.
Which
they reduced.
Oh right, I heard about that.
Which used to have sneak or snipe. I don't remember which, but they removed that also. And I think those it's been a while, so that's been several. I think we're at several years since a card has been nerfed.
So William,
and so what would like a reasonable nerf here? So those nerfs are both removing an ability. So if you were going to take something away from this card, there's 3 abilities right now. Is taking away one of those, would it fix it?
No, it would just make it worse. Way worse.
I think you might. I mean, honestly, my opinion, you might see +1 mana instead of a 5 mana cost. It might be a 6 mana cost.
Yeah,
I think it'll be something.
I can see that.
I think it'll be something simple like that. I mean, honestly, like I said, at 5 mana, you're competing with all the beta summoners. And again, Is it as good? I don't know.
I would say it's better than most of the beta summoners. Like it's absurd.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you, Lorkus. So I don't know if they want to do that. We'll just have to see. That like I said,
Yeah.
come to your own opinion. I'm not trying to say that yes, it definitely will be nerfed. I just say that like I just in my mind I'm having a tough time wrapping my mind around how we put this card into play and it not be super overpowered, and you just see it winning all the time.
I can see that.
What happened with Angel of Light, Lordo?
So Lordo says Angel of Light was a last nerf card, he believes. William Pimpkin also says the one that he can remember was the Fire Splitter being nerfed after release. Right?
Yeah.
So definitely a couple of cards that has happened.
And a summoner too.
And a summoner, so it is certainly possible that it can happen. We can't discount it.
And this is exactly what I expect them to do. What Lord said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I've been experiencing in my short time of playing Splinterlands. Right, we bring out cards that counter OP cards instead of nerfing them.
Right.
And I like that approach. I think that's a good approach.
Oh my God, Lord, that's amazing. I did not realize that Angel of Light used to heal your whole team.
Well, so that's
wow.
I don't know if you guys are tracking or not, but there used to be an ability called Fear, right? That moved the front card to the rear.
Oh, it's amazing.
Used to have that, and they just got rid of that whole ability because it was so broken.
Okay.
Because the whole game is in your cards.
Yes, exactly.
You can move somebody else's cards. That's really OP. It's really
OP. So Alpha used to have some just outright dumb stuff going on, and they got rid of a lot of it.
Good.
For the sake of like
super broken stuff.
So it seems there used to be a tank heal, right? So a tank heal,
yes.
a team heal.
So the team does look at win rates on cards, and like I said, we'll just have to see. We'll see what happens. If Lux Vega has a ridiculous win rate, then maybe they change it a little bit. I don't think they're going to nerf the bejesus out of it, but they'll probably tweak it a little bit just so that it falls in line, right? Yeah. So that it doesn't have a 80 or 70 or 80% win rate that it has.
Yeah, they'll just change the artwork a little bit. That would probably fix it. What is that not what you meant?
Something like that. Yes.
Artwork, to be honest. Yes. Let's see how the card looks.
I'm trying to help.
I agree.
All right, so
Winland, finally, Winland.
Moving on, tech modernization, which is really what land is about at this point.
Yes.
And the tech modernization, right, is about the whole game, right? It's changing the code base so that it's easier to update and change as needed.
Going forward,
with things like the non-card market, and again, land is going to add a second layer to the battles. So it's not going to be the fire and forget like it's been for however long since the beginning. There's going to be a second round, and they're going to have to change the code base to accommodate for that. So that's what they've been working on, and I think they got it rolled out last Tuesday, right? I think they rolled out phase 1. They had some issues with it and they had to pull it back, but I think they got it out. I mean, please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but
I think you're right, because that's why we have the new login page. And it keeps logging me out more often than the old one, but overall I'll take it if that's what it takes to get to land. Thank you.
So in the market itself, in game, I still see a coming soon sign on the land sales and other. So it's not active yet, but it may be in the game already. It's just not open yet to us.
So they've been trying to roll out this, like I said, tech modernization for a couple of weeks or maybe even a month now.
They've been talking about it for a long time. I've forgotten the timeline because it all just blends into after I wanted it to be.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
When
For a
land.
long time.
Launch continues.
But again, that's
Yes.
land is gonna. It's not really the land that's gonna change the whole game. It's the items. It's the second round of looking at what your opponent has and playing cards to change the game. That's really going to shake things up.
Yeah, that's going to separate the good boss from the bad boss. It's going
It's
to
the
be
things
huge.
coming on top of land.
I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna crush all the bots.
Oh,
Danger-
Danger. I was just waiting for your response. It's so good.
Again, Danger's honest opinion is a bot is only as good as how it's coded, and if you
Yes.
add a bunch more variables to how the game is played, the bots are going to suffer for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll
have
catch
to,
up.
right?
They'll
I
catch
mean,
up.
maybe. It depends on how good the coders are. Like, it's going to really separate
Yes.
the good coders from the bad coders.
They do catch up eventually, but yes, in the short term,
Yes.
I do think they will struggle.
Totally
Right?
agree.
We've seen that.
It's going to be data, right? It's going to be data driven, and it's going to require a lot of data to figure out.
But that's what's
works.
really interesting, like as a game for people too, because it's going to be so much data for people to process, and that's going to make this is what's going to change the games. I think what you were getting at there before I blew it up about something else.
No. I mean, a lot of the human input into this is kind of I equate to like flying by the seat of your pants, right? Like you look at a setup, or you look at your opponent and say like, oh, well, I think they're going to play this, or I think they're going to do that, or I think that that by the rules and by the available splinters that this is going to be what's played. And the people that play counters, they're generally the folks that win. I mean, the Mondroids, that guy plays nonstop counter. I mean, he's not trying to play the strongest, splinter or strongest set based on what's available. He's trying to figure out what you're playing and then counter that.
Yeah.
So this adds a whole new layer for countering what's going on. I mean, instead of having to just visualize it in your head, you're going to be able to see it. You're going to say, oh, well, my opponent's playing this, and this. Let me throw out these items and these spells to counter all that, whatever it is that he's doing. So
speaking of countering stuff, we have another battle here from Baku.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Just spoiler alert! This is the second battle out of two.
Okay. So water versus water. Pretty
Split up
standard
my
lineup
damage
here.
too much.
Small difference in our secondary tanks.
Yeah, I split up my damage way too much here.
No, Baku, no.
So Sustain going down on top.
No, Baku, no.
It's gonna go down.
He just keeps getting higher and higher in pitch. It's amazing.
Oh no.
No, I think
This is bad.
Some trample's gonna be kicking in.
Oh.
Oh, Baku.
The damage split was painful.
Ouch. Ouch.
Sorry, buddy.
But no, Baku doesn't have to pay attention to it anymore. So
J.R. Smith, one of our regular players as well. Well played, JR. Thanks for the greeting.
Well played.
Yeah, well played.
So so we'll see. I mean, hopefully they get this modernization rolled out. I mean, I honestly think that that a lot of people will be happy when folks can buy things in game without having to go to Hive Engine or whatever market you're using to get things, kind of the things that aren't available in game, right? So the cards, if you're looking for packs or totems or whatever, I think a lot of people are going to be
wait. Are you suggesting that people don't like to use a Splinterlands Discord and discuss who's going to rip off who and use PayPal? This is not good for people.
Geez, there's so much sketchiness going on.
For me,
weird.
you know,
Weird.
The other
Okay.
thing is I think you're going to be able to use credits to buy all this stuff, right? And that's a big deal.
Which is amazing.
yes.
If you can
It's like a
just,
game changer for the industry.
you know, instead of just suffering through exchanges and losing
Oh,
money
yeah.
and
Really
fees,
painful.
that you can just buy plots or buy totems or buy card packs, I think you're going to see boosts in all of that stuff because
For sure.
folks are able to buy it in credits, right? If I can just go on and buy a pack of beta in credits instead of having to suffer through getting money into Hive
Yeah,
and
it's
buy
really,
it
really
that way.
complicated.
Also, the new
Yeah.
player experience, right? This adds to our new
Yeah,
player
exactly.
experience. People coming on who don't know about land, who don't know about all these other things, where before they had to go outside of our game, they can now see these things in game instead of seeing a sold out sign and saying, you know what, all of this stuff is sold out. You know, I can't get in. It's too late. Cheers, I'm out.
So
Now,
are you okay with certain things still being sold and not credits though originally from the store? Sorry, my brain's still stuck on that. You're talking about everything's buyable in credits, but like some things specifically aren't right now. Like for instance, Riftwatcher cards and notes. Are you good with that, or are you thinking that should change for new player experience?
So it's the free market at that point, and I'm fine with free market. I mean, I'm the biggest fan of free market enterprise. I think that's where it's at, and you'll see, I think you'll see things actually move towards where they're valued at instead of where they're valued at minus the fees and the pain in the ass to get
Yeah.
Hive.
And also because
Sure.
the notes are for the people that they already know about blockchain. Because the new people, the ones that don't know anything about blockchain, they don't know what's a node and what's the purpose of a node. So they have to start investigating about what's a node, what's the blockchain, how to use a node, why they should buy a node. So I think the nodes are for the people that really know about blockchain and know how to purchase a node.
agreed.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Cut off.
Look, as a secondary market, you know, I think whatever people wants to buy with should be okay. Whether it's DC, whether it's
Yeah.
credits, whether it's SPS, I don't really care which. Up to you entirely. You know, if it's from the company, yes, I agree. We should have some limits, right? So the node should stay in SPS. I'm of the opinion that everything new in our game should be able to be purchasable by DEC as a standard. And if you want to slap credits on there as well, okay, I'm not against it, I guess. I would prefer DEC and not credits.
So credits are so for the non-crypto savvy, right? And that's probably a big chunk of the potential audience, right?
Sure.
The people that we want to reach out and hit, they're not crypto savvy.
I don't understand.
Yeah, and we need a way to make this like every other app or play or game that's out there, right? You can tap your credit card and get X dollars and put it in the game and get something that you can play the game with. And I think that's huge for credits. I get where you're coming from, Damour. There is a need for DEC and there's a need for DEC PEG, and that's probably a whole nother discussion. But there needs to be a way that folks can just say, this game looks cool. Here's my credit card information. Here's $100. Let me get some stuff, and I'm going to play this game.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's
to highlight your point, Leandro from chat.
Yeah,
I only
totally
started
agree.
playing SPL because I was able to buy my spellbook with
Yeah, me too.
Right. So yeah.
I was really looking for an option where I could like trade some like physical objects in my house for like some crypto I'd never heard of before, but they didn't have an option for that.
They didn't have? Okay, I wonder
No,
why.
it's like, I got some random books, I'll trade you.
Get some old shoes.
Old shoes, some old underwear that I don't want to use.
They didn't have that option, but
They didn't. I wonder why. I wonder why.
But no, PayPal certainly was great. Like I was like, oh, you need a thing? I can buy it with PayPal. That works. That's fantastic.
And I think that's huge. And I think so the Google Pay and the Apple Pay, that's a scam. And it's a scam on behalf of those two companies that are running it, right? They charge awful rates.
You're talking about on like the Play Store? Is that what
yes. Yes.
Well, Google and Apple,
I would like Splinterlands to get away from that, because I don't want to see the company get robbed of 30 or 40 or whatever it is percent.
And that's what they talked about at Splinterfest. Like they were talking about their design direction going forward is that they are not developing the app as an app because it doesn't make sense. Everything is mobile first, but it's meant to be played in a browser on mobile, which to me is the right choice. Like you can do anything in a browser. you can have your ability to have your crypto transactions that all land there without it going through the Play Store. So they've said that is their direction, and I believe them, and I think it makes sense.
Yep, I'm with them on that also. I think that's the right choice.
It has to be mobile first, but mobile first doesn't have to be an app. It can be a web app. And so that's what they're doing.
So it ties in nicely with Lordo's way earlier comment here. So otherwise, we are limited to non-tradable assets, and or we take too much risk on any investment if we need to account for a 30% scrape off every transaction.
Well, I bet we could get it down to 25% if Aggie sold his child to them.
Oh.
I don't think so. I don't think Apple or Google will budge on that. I think they are sharks, and they are evil companies, and they should die horrible deaths.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
You tell them, Damour.
Passion.
All right.
As we stream on YouTube, this is great.
Yeah,
as we stream a Google company, right?
I think it's a great idea for those gardens for that exact reason. So I think that they have said that they're going to do that, and I think it's great. It's a good choice.
So our community being very split on our next topic, but let's go. Some people hate it, some people love it.
The Roonies.
This is one of the things we were discussing is how big that document was. We were like, I cannot believe how big that compressed document was. It's insane. That's not what we were talking about.
This guy right here.
1 gigabyte.
I can't get it.
1
There it is.
gigabyte?
There it is.
Okay.
So my question is, if all of the traits are that rare, aren't all traits rare? I mean, even the common traits. If there's so many of them, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Do we need to go look at OpenSea so you can see?
So
it help you?
The numbers. The numbers are there. The numbers can be counted.
I know. At this point,
I'm hearing so much salt about Rooney. I'm just
no.
Let it out.
My salt. My salt is that my wallet is hurting.
Mine's too. Yeah.
Splinterlands has just come after me with a stick and beat the hell out of my wallet. To the point where I'm struggling to open it for another $400 whatever it is that has dubious, what is it going to mean in the future? And Aggie is very vague about you're going to get stuff and things and I don't know what. And
I hear you.
The only really interesting thing I have to say about Rooney is I don't think it's going to be on the rental market, which is interesting to me in the fact that a lot of people are buying cards just to put on the rental market, right? A lot of people are like, oh, well, this is going to be a great card, so I'm going to buy it and rent it out. And I don't think you can do that with Rooney. I mean, not explicitly, maybe with some weird. I suspect that
someone's going to make a service for this if they're that popular.
Somebody will figure it out, but it won't be the in-game market, right? I won't be able to load that page in game and rent a Rooney.
Right.
I don't think that's ever going to be available.
Sure.
So that to me, that's kind of cool, right? And even though I haven't bought one, I don't own a Rooney. I like the fact that if you have one, you have one, and if you don't have one, you don't have one, and you can't.
But I actually
get
don't even
one.
think that's the right math. I think it's if you have one, you may not have enough. They're they're talking about all the ways that you're going to use Roonies, like leveling up your guild buildings and land. I don't know that one Rooney's the right number of Roonies, but
yeah, there was like.
Especially if you're a serious Splinterlands player, I would honestly consider, if at the very least buying one of the Roonies off the floor. If you don't really care so much about how they look or whatever just the added features that may come in the future, I think is worth looking into it at the very least.
And I think in the near term, nothing else is going to have that ability for, at least 3 months. So you'll have that self-resurrect as that only card for a little while.
Until Rebellion, right? Because
Yeah,
they
I
said
would
the
expect
same
one
thing
in
about
Rebellion.
Bloodlust, right? Oh,
Yeah.
no card, but Gladiators
Yeah.
will have Bloodlust, and then we got Crom.
I think that's the appropriate frame of reference. Like we should expect that it will be the only one until Rebellion, or at the very latest Rebellion's mini set. Like thinking it's going to be the only one forever is misunderstanding what they mean when they say that at this point.
So 6 months. They really mean 6 months when they say this is the only card with that availability.
Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah.
Same here.
I agree. I don't think it will be forever, but for the near term, yes.
Maybe at least like 6 months. So.
Yeah, 6 months.
Maybe.
We'll see. I don't know. Like I said, the whole Bloodlust thing really turned me off to the team saying, "Oh, this will be the only card that does anything."
I did not like that new, especially reward cards come out. I mean, Jared Scar. Okay, Grum is not a reward card, but Jared Scar is. Right.
Jared Scar is a ridiculous legendary. I mean, it's not easy to get, but yes.
He's pretty good in quite a few rule sets.
Yes, he is.
He's very, very OP.
Some would say broken.
And touching on reward cards, I really like that of the creative section, that last line there. That to me is something.
So
yes, it is.
Yeah. So for those that aren't tracking, right? Let me look it up.
Oh damn! I didn't know this.
It's time to buy your reward cards if you don't have as many as you need.
The commons, right? So the common reward cards. So the Pellicors, Venar Heatsmith, they're at 86% print rate.
Wow.
So getting close.
Oh, and those Pellicors are some of my favorite cards, and they've been valueless for so long. I cannot wait for them to have value.
I don't understand the hate that some people have for these cards. Honestly,
it's because they haven't been worth anything. They've been just dumping on the market. Like they're almost done with that, and then the cards are going to be so much fun to play with.
They're penny cards, right? They're the commons are pennies, and the even the gold foils are less than a quarter. I mean, they're
crazy
very
cheap.
low priced, and so once they're gone, they're gone.
Exactly.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that, because a lot of people haven't been around since the last time that reward cards disappeared.
Oh, and just getting ruined by all the cards that you can't have, and the reward cards are so devastating. And from the last set, if you don't have them, you're destroyed.
New players in the audience, guys, pay attention. Okay, now is the time to buy those reward cards and max them out to the very least the level of the league you are playing at. If not max, right? I mean, you can get a 400 or a max level common for like $4.
Oh, less than that.
Or less than that.
Yeah.
You can catch one for a couple of bucks if you right after the end of season, when everybody dumps their cards on the market, you can get a maxed reward card for $2 or $3. It's dirt cheap.
So
dirt cheap.
And I don't want to hear you crying in the future about, the bandit is costing $500 to max. And I hear
Oh man, I do want to
have-
hear the crying. I cannot wait for the crying because that means that my cards are worth something again. Great.
Sure.
You know, how many pellicores I maxed like in the first few days? I was like, this card's so amazing, and I'm just waiting for it to be worth something again.
So it's coming. It's coming very quickly, right? It will probably be in the next few months. And there's a big discrepancy between the common cards and the legendary cards, right? I think legendary. Let me pull it up here again. So common cards are 86%. The legendary cards are at 62%.
So lower.
So like a 25% difference at print rates.
Wow.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Those legendaries, like when Jin stops printing, that's gonna be a valuable card.
But all of them are good, right?
They are.
Heartclaw and Bilka,
Oh.
they're great.
Bilka's
cards.
good at when you get to a higher level. Like Bilka is useless until you get to
Yeah.
lower.
Yeah. Lower level sucks, but higher level Bilka is really
Definitely
great.
need to hear. Like Bilka is oh wait, it's the green one. Oops, my bad.
That is the green.
Which were you talking?
Yep.
Which were you talking about?
Look, I
I'm
mean,
talking about it's the one until it gets void is completely stupid, and then it's really not good until it gets weakened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can
Void it just
avoid
kills
the
itself.
difference.
It's so dumb.
But, I mean,
So
you know-
go ahead. Damour.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No. I was going to move on unless you had something else.
Many of those
Move
legendaries
on.
have specific use cases, right? So in certain rule sets, they shine. They do not shine in all rule sets, but very specific ones they do shine in, right?
Which rule set? But I got reverse speed. Genoshauna sucks in that one. I was trying to think of a rule set where he's terrible, and there's just not many because he's absurd.
Yeah. Magic Reflect.
Phase.
Obviously the lost magic. That when you can't use.
Oh yeah,
the-
he sucks in that rule set. Fair enough.
Yeah. He's
Melee only.
He's strong in just about everything.
He's probably one of the strongest legendaries we've currently got in our reward set. Certainly, can't be denied.
Well, yeah, that's why I think he's like $2. But even at $2
Yes.
a BCX is cheap. If you think about the other reward, so I pulled it up right now. Genoshaun's $2.35 a BCX.
Wow.
But
That means the max
$20,
one's less than $25.
$5,
you know,
right? So I mean, let's go, guys. $25
if
for
you-
legendary.
if you look at
It's
anything
really
else,
Didn't it used to cost like
Robo
$3
Dragon
for
Knight $17, Sacred Unicorn $17, Kraken
my
$33. When
So
and-
completely sidetracking this conversation anymore, you said something that really was curious to me, Damour, that's one of the best legendaries we have available as a reward card right now. Does anyone have one they like more than Genoshaun's?
It's currently available. No.
Wait,
I was thinking Kinjo maybe. Kinjo is pretty
I like
fun, but
Kinjo.
it's
Yeah,
not
Kinjo
nearly
is
as versatile.
Very, very
Not nearly as versatile though as
He isn't.
Genoshaun's.
He isn't. But
I actually don't use Oceanus as much.
The one I use the most, I
bought-
think, is Countess Sinash because I love her speed.
Nash is
do
also
use-
great for the fire team, but I don't have a fire team, so that's why she doesn't really come to mind for me in particular. But yes, she's also a very great card.
What about you, Baku? What's your favorite?
I do use Kinjo a lot because I play up there where sometimes there's like a lot of blast.
Yeah.
And
Or Thor's. Like I
Oceanus-
love playing him in like the sneak format or everybody sneaks, whatever that's called. Like he's great for that.
Oceanus
got the
currently
camouflage.
just in modern gets like beat out by other higher damage dealing magic cards because usually if like you're gonna play water, there's gonna be like a wave brood at the back, and with Oceanus having like less damage than the other high mana
Cards.
magic cards,
Mhm.
he just doesn't get picked as much. The only other situation I would use like Oceanus is like a frontline tank where I know they're gonna pick like a 5+ damage unit.
And the speed.
Oh well, the speed is like, because if I'm playing him in like and the other team's gonna have 5+ more damage, it's gonna be like a kitty, and most likely they're gonna play kitty as well. So the speed is like not important because we're both gonna hit anyway. It's just whether he
Oh, that's a
brings the
good point.
5+ damage more or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Kinjo. Yeah, probably Kinjo.
So Kinjo is so good. Blast protection and slow, which is something I use to help to protect
Yeah.
against.
Plus, he only needs to be like a level 1, and it's like that's it.
Yeah, it's the most important at level 1, but
Yeah.
there are some higher levels that are quite nice to have as well.
Sometimes you could use
So
like,
Danger was
crew as well.
What was yours, Danger? What was your favorite?
Yeah, it's all situationally
Can't pick a favorite?
dependent. No, it's all situationally dependent, right? Because sometimes I go Kinjo, absolutely, but other times it's Harclaw, right? Because for some reason I get the poison rule set a lot. Maybe that's just me, but
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very popular.
I don't know. It seems like I get that a lot, and so it's Harclaw, Kinjo, and what's the other reward card that has immunity? The black. What's
the
it
Revealer.
called?
The Revealer.
Revealer.
No,
yeah.
that's
So
not
it's
a
new
reward.
one. That's a new one. Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's Revealer. So it's Harclaw, Revealer, and Kinjo. Generally for the win in the poison rule set, which
And that makes
I
sense.
seem to see like at least 2 or 3 times a night. So, yeah. So yeah, I think they're all the reward legendaries are strong, right? There's not a loser. There's not a loser in that batch, and I think they're strong across more rule sets than the previous reward set, which was let me see.
Dude, it was so overpowered in water.
It was Spirit Druid Grog, which is he's good in 1 or 2 rule sets. Ancient Lich, which is kind of the same, and Bill of the Radiant, which
Oh, we're talking about the other
Almo.
modern ones. Sorry.
Yeah,
Almo is crazy good.
The set before Almo is ridiculous. Almo is just unbelievable. But
I wish I had an Almo.
the other
really lost any significance with like everything that's come out. He's still up there.
Yeah, certainly. Very strong card. Very strong card.
Yep. So it's tough for me to choose a favorite because they're all so good
and cheap. Right now they are really, really cheap. So
Almo Cambaro is not cheap.
Well, generally available right now are cheap,
and that's kind of what we're saying, right? That's kind of the warning we're putting out there, guys. Right now they are cheap. They're not going to remain cheap forever. Okay.
Yeah.
So buy some cards, please. Go out and buy some cards. Buy some cards.
Okay.
That's what I try to tell everybody. Buy some cards.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We have a top YGG player, I think.
Is it Mad Tribe?
Yeah. Oh, we do. Okay.
It is not Mad Tribe. Mad Tribe. I guess I spoiled it. It's not Mad Tribe.
I just took a game.
These are our final. Our final. We are in round 5.
We have round 5, top 8.
Yes. Yeah. We have Unknown 18 from Blue Flame.
I have
definitely unknown. It's the first time I see him. So
yeah.
I have a gold foil Uloth Dampier.
J.R. Smith, where are you?
J.R. Smith did not make it to the top 8.
Oh.
I do see Slafer Red. I do see Queen Sylvia, which is the winner of the silver tournament yesterday, right? So
yes.
Strong contender.
And BJY Shadow.
BJY Shadow, also a very strong player.
And Splinterlands
Splinterlands, are you a regular here in the top league or the top tier for our tournaments?
Mm-hmm. Nice.
We do have a couple battles. No, we're still not done. Go ahead. We got to go back to this town hall.
So this
Zach.
is probably this is the biggest. This is the most important thing, right? That's come out in probably weeks.
Yes.
SPS rewards for brawls.
Yes.
So a tangible
What the?
tangible reward for winning brawls, right? Because
Awesome.
up until this point, we've gotten crowns, we've gotten gladiator cards, which I guess you could burn and get some DEC, but who's doing that, right? Because you probably aren't really getting much.
Mhm.
But
Bots. That's the only people. I can't imagine anybody else doing it. This doesn't make sense.
This is huge because there's hundreds of SPS. Even if you're not, even if you're coming in the middle of the pack, if you're in tier 3,
Even if you're losing.
I think middle of the pack tier 3 is going to win 100 plus SPS per brawl, which is not trivial. Which is that's $5
I would be
ish.
very
Maybe it's
happy
$4 now, $4.5
earning
bucks.
100 SPS per brawl session, right? I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like 2 brawls per week.
Every
not
5
quite,
days.
about
these days.
quite, but yeah, almost.
It's about 5 days, so
Is it
about a
5?
brawl a
It
week.
can be 6
Okay.
sometimes.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
normally 5 days.
Wow.
Sometimes there's
Yeah,
48 hours
per
between them. Sometimes there's only 24.
I think it's
weird.
about
I
5 or
don't know
6
why it
brawls
changes.
per month, if you think about it. So maybe a little bit more than 1 per week sometimes, but not always.
So that's huge, right? Because that's a legitimate
Fantastic.
reward. That's
Yeah.
like I said, it's not gladiator cards, which are soul bound and you can't do anything with, or crowns, which everybody was getting before that. This is a legitimate reward. So
Jesus.
folks that
They're
aren't
the
in a
only ones
guild,
that have bloodlust danger. They're a legitimate reward.
yeah,
I so
only
wish
forever
get a quarrel.
until the next set comes out.
That's a really good point.
But if you're not
Watch your
in a
pack.
guild, get in a guild. If you're not in a guild that's like actively moving up or doing well in brawls, get out of that guild and get into a better guild, because there are better guilds that are looking for people. I mean, my guild that I'm in right now, I'm looking for 2 more people because we've moved up to we just upgraded our arena. So we're looking to move up to tier 3. Yeah. So
Nice.
And that touches on the biggest issue we've had with brawls is the guilds are not moving up. Okay, so we're fighting with these really strong guilds in these lower star tiers, and they're not going up. They keep on beating on the little guys, right? And this will solve that issue.
Are we really calling dragons little guys? Is that what we're saying here?
Well,
you guys are in tier 3.
I'm just saying that, like, it's Knights United clearly stomp us pretty badly in brawls, but I'm not sure it's fair to call dragons little guys either.
So I wasn't specifically calling us little guys. The majority of the people playing in 3-star, right, are
they have bigger collections than us for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
But to further that point, Lorkus, I think that, I mean, I play in gold, and I bump into a fair number of people that are not in a guild in gold. So I think this is going to be a move to get folks into guilds and to get folks competitive and pushing and see what happens, because $5 extra a week is a big deal.
Well, that's what William was pointing out here. I
that's
think Damour had it up there for a second. Oops, wrong one. There we go.
Back. Every 5 days.
Every 5 days.
That's awesome.
It's a really good way to think about it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's a Riftwalker pack or a couple Chaos Legion or something, right?
Some nightmare packs.
It'll be interesting. Night.
Wow.
tower defense.
It's
So
just
it'll
like
be-
an
it'll be
SPS
interesting.
faucet. Just let it pour over you with your nightmare packs. It's great.
It'll be interesting to see how this changes, right? Because the folks with bots will want to get in on this. Like let's be real, because they want to do everything they can to make money because they're bots and they're just trying to extract. But
Yeah. So
you know,
you think that brawling bots is going to be next?
Well, look,
Oh,
there's some
absolutely.
people
Yeah,
in
I
our
think so.
community
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
that says it's already there, right? That they are at the higher levels. There are certainly some bots that are playing tournaments as well as brawls. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a matter of time. Yeah.
And there will be more with these SPS rewards. Definitely,
For
there
Yeah,
will be
you're motivating
more
more
bots.
people to get up there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excellent point, Cedric. If they weren't doing it before, this will get it done.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So
Time to provoke
it-
bots. Yeah.
it'll be interesting, and I think this is all, you know, again, Danger's opinion. This is all leading into needing SPS stake to earn rewards in games, right? Because they're giving you so many options to earn SPS now, right? So you can get it through ranked play, you can get it through your end of season and daily chests, and now you can get it through brawls. We're coming up quickly on, hey, you need to
get it through
have
all the cans.
Yep, you need to have X number of SPS to earn rewards at whatever tier or whatever league you're in. So I think that's coming. I think that's coming pretty quick.
And I think that's a really good change, because I think that is it's a way to make sure that if bots are in the system to extract, they have to have a stake in the system they're extracting from. So I think that's good.
The value. They need to invest something or keep something
Right.
aside.
So if those are set appropriately, I think if those staking limits are set, I think it can cause much better behavior out of bots.
Agreed. I think you'll see bots. Like I said, I know the team wants bots to behave as live players. I think that's always the intent, right? And so when you see that, you have to see, you know, just as a live player would say, you know, this is a cool game. I want to be part of this. I want to invest. What can I do? Oh, staking SPS is the thing. You'll see bots having to do the same thing. So yeah, absolutely agree.
That's great.
And what I think that does is it'll force the numbers of them down too. So there won't be as many bots if you have to stake this much SPS. I think there will be bots, but they're going to have to be better bots, have to be better behaving bots, because you just can't have so many of them. Like, it's just a
So you're not going to have 10 million bronze accounts. You're only going to have, you know, a limited amount of champion, diamond, or whatever the case may be. You know, which is good. I think that's a good thing.
That'd be the hope. Cross our fingers. Let's hope it works out that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, we need to. We'll need to see how it actually pans out, because it doesn't always go according to plan.
See how it plays out. Exactly. So let's see. Dai Kaigan. Yeah. Splinterlands TV.
Don't care. Okay.
Tech modernization. Yeah. So I'm sure most everybody who's been playing has noticed they've introduced three new rule sets. The Thorns,
so
Magic
good
Reflect,
too.
Return
I
Fire.
love them.
I'm on the fence about them, honestly, because I think they devalue some of the cards that had those abilities.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of cool, because it okay, maybe it's not cool to devalue them, but I think it makes you think about the cards differently. Like, I'm no longer gonna play, like, there's certain cards that, like, I was always using in certain role sets, and that's just no longer the case. I like that it mixed things up. But
no,
it's a good point.
I agree that new rule sets mix things up. I'm a little sad that they you know, Danger's opinion, picked the low hanging fruit. In that, you know, they could have done some more interesting things, I think, than just let's take some existing abilities and just make them a global for a match.
Well, what I like about them, I think, is that those are mostly, or like when I look at those are abilities that match to a summoner that most people can't have at this point. Not quite true with Ilthane. But the others are like those are exact summoners that do that ability, and this allows you to play like you have that summoner for a round, and I think that's kind of cool. But that was just the way I was viewing it. It is certainly low hanging fruit, so you're not wrong.
The thing though is your opponent is also playing it, right? So it's not really like it's a where with the summoner you would play that guy to counter your opponent in some way, but now you're both having that ability. So, it forces, it pigeonholes you really into you're playing either melee. If you've got a Thorns rule set, you're not playing melee, right? You're playing ranged and you're playing magic. If you're counter spell, then you're playing ranged and melee.
Maybe, but yeah, it definitely switches things up.
So,
fair enough.
I mean, I do appreciate that they finally added some rule sets. I mean, it's been, I think as long as I've been playing, they haven't added a new rule set. So a year and a half plus. So it's nice.
Oh no, that's not true, because they added all of those new ones in when they added all the ones they were adding in. Is for a while there was only snipe. There was the
Snipe.
There was
Snipes.
yeah. It's in. Oh, sorry. I'm not thinking of new. I was thinking of new quest. I'm totally lying. You're right. This is first the rule sets.
Yeah. No, I'm rule sets in
You're
game.
correct.
Yeah. So
quest they changed, rule sets they did not. You're right.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some new, because this is changes to gameplay, and this is what brings the player. This is what excites players, right? Not the investors or the speculators. This is what excites players. So I'm glad that they did this to appease the players who want, new and updated and changes and exciting new things. I think they could have done more, but that's Danger's opinion. I would have liked to seen some more creative things. But I think they're still out there, so they can still pick those and do those. And I've seen him. Honestly, I saw in Mavs as soon as they dropped this, Thorns, Magic Reflect, and Return Fire rule sets. A bunch of folks in Mavs was like, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And what about this? So hopefully somebody has taken some notes and we'll see some additional rule set additions.
At Splinterfest they said that was their goal, I think, was to have many options, and that they were just going to start. I think they actually might have used the term low-hanging fruit when they were talking about adding some of these in. So they may have nailed exactly what they were looking for. I hadn't considered it to be disappointing. I appreciate that viewpoint. I hadn't really considered it that way, so it's interesting.
No, so again, Lorkus, I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying that.
Why so mad, bro?
No, yeah, exactly. Splinterlands, you upset me so. There's so much creativity in the community that all they have to do is kind of open their ears to the community and listen to what they have to say, and they could come up with some great ideas. I've seen some absolutely things that have blown my mind in Mavs about some rule sets that would just put the game on end and upset the meta and upset some things that had up until this point been OP or rent these cards and you can win 90% of your matches or whatever. But if they implement some of these different rule sets, that kind of throws all that on its ear, and that's what I like to see, right? I want to see value for not just a subset of cards, but all the cards. I mean, I would love to see, some of the cards that you don't see played very often. I would love to see them out there. Like I can't tell you when the last time I saw a chain spinner or a harvester or
When does anyone ever play a harvester? That card has been brutally underused since it was created.
Lorkus, I kid you not, when I was playing down in Silver, I played Harvester all the time. It was my go-to 5-mana tank.
Was that just because you wanted to prove it could be done? Like, what were you?
No, because I was cheap and that was what I had.
Fair enough.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Look.
So again, I think more rule sets adds to the variety. It adds to the mix. It gives value to undervalued cards. So I'm glad they added some. I would like to see more.
Agreed. I've been shouting. Those who listen to my streams, I've been shouting for more gameplay updates for a while now, and I'm happy it's happening. It's a good sign, right? Lordo says, I like to use cards unaffected by the ability rule sets, like Oshana's against Magic Reflect, because he has Void or any reflection shields, right? And this for me ties into so Danger is saying it takes away value from those summoners. I don't think so. I don't think that the Thorns rule set takes away from a Mylor, right? Because again, a Mylor you're going to specifically play to counter your opponent for a specific something, right? If you're expecting him to go melee heavy, you're going to play the Mylor. Whereas with these rule sets, that's not going to happen, because your opponent is doing the same thing as you are. Are you with me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I don't know that it hurts them. To me, what I thought of it as is it's kind of training for how to use those cards or to counter those cards. Exactly. Fact, I really liked the rule sets, but I hadn't considered that it could cheapen the value of them. It's an interesting point. I don't hate either of the points, but it's interesting. I really liked what Mad Tribe had to say down there.
Yeah, I want to add that. There's so much being said, right? So Mad Tribe.
This one.
Okay. 3 rule sets. I mean, that's awesome. As opposed to a max of 2, right?
So that's been suggested in Champion. I mean, I've seen that over and over again in Mad's channel. Is 3 rule sets in Champ, and to me that would make for some interesting gameplay, right? I've argued that we need to introduce 2 rule sets in Bronze, because right now Bronze only has 1 rule set, which kind of limits a lot of gameplay, to be honest. And I know the argument is, oh, well, that's for new players and blah, 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 blah. Then BS. New players are playing in beginner, and as soon as they get out of beginner, it's time for the real world. Here's how the game is played. It's 2 rule sets plus.
That starts at
Bronze, so, guys, got to interrupt us just for a moment, because we are in our final round.
Okay.
Yeah, wow, so I'm gonna at least toss out our giveaway form so that people can sign up if they want. We have a couple cards.
Oh, I'm with you. BJY Shadow. Bronze should have a higher mana cap also.
100%.
Terribly low.
Like right now, there's no reason anybody in Bronze would ever rent something from Whipped Watchers. Like it wouldn't even make sense. The card doesn't fit in the entire mana cap.
Yep. You're gonna play what, like 2 Rift Watcher cards, and that's it.
1 Rift Watcher card might even fit. Like
really
a summoner ones. Plus, like you just can't play like a bunch of those cards yet. Yeah, not gonna happen. Yeah. So yeah, I totally agree. They gotta fix that for Bronze, because there's that cap probably made sense in Alpha and Beta. And it just meant that there weren't a ton of cards you could play. But like even Untamed and Dice, I think that was dicey. But now with Chaos Legion and Rift Watchers, it doesn't make any sense.
You need to change it.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
One of these days.
Oh, they'll get there. Slowly but surely. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see. What else can we talk about?
We have our first match of the final.
Oh, yeah, put that up.
So Splinterlands, are you?
Oh, full fight
contender here?
Wow.
Who is the other contender? Splinterlands, are you?
An unknown 18. So this
unknown
is a YGG
YGG.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice.
Against the ever-present Splinterlands all-gold card deck, which is just so intimidating.
He does have a lot of bling, cannot be denied.
Bling, bling, bling.
But he's had that since the start. I think he's always intended to have a gold deck, so that's what he went with.
Oof.
Man.
Oof.
That was a really nice one, unknown 18.
Yeah, that Toribio is a beefy tank, man. That thing is a monster in the front.
14 total HP with the shield.
Yeah.
Is
All right.
might be slow.
Were we still talking about the town hall, or did we finish it? Sorry.
Yeah, let's look at Kane Haste for a
Kane
bit.
Haste.
Whose screen are we even looking at here? What is this?
I'm not sure, but it's a half a Kane Haste.
No,
A
it's
1
not
BCX.
me.
I didn't do anything
Yeah.
with the screens. It's not me. It's not me.
No.
Is
Neither.
that Danger? It is Danger.
Yeah.
Danger's looking at Kane Hayes. Okay, I was trying to figure out who's screen.
So at
do
max
you
level,
have some Kane Hases there? Danger?
Danger, you still there?
I think
I think he might be.
He's just showing off his
yes.
cards. Maybe we'll.
Mike is muted.
Oh.
well
All right, so
Well-
I think it's great. I mean, it's glass cannon, right? So
Yep.
5 damage at max.
but Blast Reflect though, it's like amazing because you can't just it doesn't get hurt by Magic Reflect. Like, that's
Okay.
just beautiful.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
The only thing is
can't be
it's
hurt by
like
blast. Can't be hurt by Magic
HP
Reflect.
and the
Um,
mana for me,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
huge amount of mana.
It is a lot
and
of
the
mana.
HP. Like
It is a lot of
any
mana.
opportunity monster just goes pop.
That's
It's
the
dead.
thing. The moment you have opportunity in there, it's dead. But anything else that it used to die to, that those glass cannons used to die to, is prevented with the reflection shield.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So only opportunity is your weakness. And if you're pretty sure that your opponent's not going to play an opportunity monster, then I think this is a good
Or if you
guide.
have him protected with
Yeah.
taunt, have it protected with taunt because that reflection shield is great next to a taunt as well.
Taunt will protect you. Yes, Taunt will protect you.
Man. 8 mana is like really huge. as
It's,
well.
it's a lot of mana for
Yeah.
those abilities are pretty brutal though. Explosion, Flash Reflect, and whatever it's called.
So let's think about blast, right? So 5 damage on your main target plus 3 and 3 on the side, right? So that's 11 damage off one guy.
It's crazy. If
Good,
you manage to
right?
not hit the front line, yeah.
Yeah, basically. Mhm.
Yeah,
Round 2.
Ooh,
Ilthane
nice.
versus the Tarsa. Okay. Splinterlands, are you sticking with the Tarsa here? Ilthane going a little bit to waste with the return fire. No ranged on our opponent's side. +1 speed was valuable to anybody.
Ouch.
Looks like it may not be
Oh,
valuable
GG.
enough this time though.
GG.
The miss is doing
Thinking
something,
Really quick.
but the question is it enough? You see, he's not doing any damage on
Well,
the
you
tank, right?
can't hurt. Yeah, you can't hurt it.
Yeah.
Can't hurt the tank because of the shield, right? So it's only a matter of time, and eventually,
That's
Yeah,
it.
Tarsa's
Tarsa's gonna
really good in bronze because of the shield. Just does nothing.
right?
Yikes.
Tied up
GG.
1-1.
So BJ Sato says the cane
Yeah.
would be really awesome if we had camouflage.
Oh,
And I agree.
camouflage.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that would be insane.
It would be.
I would have liked him really liked him if he had like revive as well, but then I think it would be too much like Osha.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
Equalizer's a good call there, Lord.
Kane is high risk, high reward. Equalizer is probably the only time I would consider using him. Okay, yeah. I mean, we all know that low health rigs changes when we have the Equalizer rule set, right? So very, very valuable.
Yeah,
there.
equalizer, or if you've got something with taunt.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even then,
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many
that's
things with the random
Fury.
scatter.
Fury
The scatter
and
can hit it,
Scatter.
and
Yeah, it's such a risk.
opportunity can hit it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Card's great. High risk, high reward is beautiful.
Oddly, I
I-
haven't seen him a lot yet.
I've
Yeah.
used him once or
I don't think.
I've used him once or
I don't-
twice, but yeah, not a card that I'm really considering buying right now.
Yeah. Me neither.
So have we got our next matchup?
Oh.
We do indeed.
I think we kind of know who won already.
That's it. That's it.
Oops.
Okay, here we go. The music.
Yes, we take off the music.
Mhm.
Sorry, I can't hear it.
I'll just mute it.
Oh. Oh no.
So life versus life. The Ilthane, I think that may have been a bad choice to
Yeah,
go ranged versus the Ilthane.
this is GG. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went like double protection with thorns and return fire.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
what I would have done as well.
Yeah.
Because the moment I see
choice.
one of those effects,
You double
where
up
it's
on it.
magic reflect or like
Congratulations.
I just go the opposite and use something else to counter out the other thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a good move. That's a good move. That's a nice way to consider those. You know, double up on the damage, right? And that way you're if your opponent goes either of those options, he's kind of screwed.
Yeah, you protect against everything and just like, yeah, just let the rule set and the effects do the work and
Kill him. Exactly.
yeah, win.
Exactly. And then you pop in an amplify in there, or you know, and then it really starts
Then
hurting.
it gets really confusing on the higher end when there's like thorns and magic reflect or like return fire, and it's just like, what do I play? Just
It
like
limits you. It limits you for
yeah,
sure.
it's like
It's a very limiting rule set. I agree.
so I had a few matches where it's just like return fire, thorns, or no, return fire, magic reflect, and then I'll be like, do I just play Milo? And it's just like
Mylor and
Like-
every demoralized monster you can find.
yeah, it's like
And then you're good. And then
and
you're
then
good.
it's like, what else do I play though? If I assume he's gonna go Milo as well.
That's the
Yeah,
that's
it really
the
narrows
catch.
it down.
You know, with the higher level players, they might
reflect,
also counter your counter,
thorns.
right?
So we have 9. Ooh, we have a last minute entry from Dave the Great hopped in our draft.
There he is. It's not a giveaway unless Dave joins.
Of course. Now it's official. Well, let's congratulate our winner here. I mean, Unknown 18, first time I've seen him. You know,
Yes,
played.
and a YGG.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And a YGG player, yeah, exactly. So doubling up
So-
on the prizes, pretty awesome.
We have two prizes here to give away. We have a gold foil Runecrafter and a gold foil Bramble Pixie.
Ooh,
Wow.
Nice.
exciting.
Thanks for sounding excited, Cedric. It's good.
Those are great cards. I think Rift Watchers is pretty damn awesome.
Oh, I should have entered.
Yeah.
Oh, kicking
I
myself.
should have entered as well.
That was
Also
really
didn't
quick.
enter. But you know,
Hey,
too
White
late.
Shadows,
So sad,
congrats.
so sad.
we can still enter on the second one if you want. Sorry, I did not set up this thing properly. Give me 1 second. There we go. Sorry about that. So I have to. I'm sorry. Oh, I screwed it all
Sorry,
up.
BJY, you
Hey,
didn't
let's
win.
go.
Yeah, he did. He totally did. I was meant to remove him from the second drawing, and I failed. So Mad
Metra.
won the second one.
My tribe.
The Bramble Pixie.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Jay Shadow, congrats, Mad Tribe. Well played, or not well played, but lucky draw,
Sure.
I guess, for you.
Great.
Well
one.
played in entering the forum, unlike
Unlike me.
unlike
Unlike me.
unlike Danger.
Unlike Danger.
Oh, well.
There you go. There you go.
I feel
Cool.
bad to talk at everybody for an hour and a half and then win a prize. That would
Nah,
And
just be
still walk
awful.
away with a prize, guys.
That would just be
Rubbing it in, rubbing it in.
to me that would be terrible.
Rigged for sure. Rigged for sure.
Oh well, yeah. That's again. Why don't enter?
Well, as always, it's so much fun to talk with you guys. This is so much fun on my Saturday evening just to get to hang out and chat Splinterlands with all you guys.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yep, same here.
It is a blast. For me, this is really what my Splinterlands experience has been about, is the community, right?
Wait. Sidrake, did you find a Capri Sun?
No!
Oh!
You didn't?
I really tried.
You tried?
I was searching on Walmart, also in Amazon, and many different places, but no, it's really difficult.
Wait,
Uh,
didn't
Your friend
someone
said
say
it
last
somewhere,
stream
yeah.
it was like a convenient store that
had it.
could be sun in?
You didn't pay attention.
there's one. There's the Rappi application, and well, maybe there, but I'm not really sure.
No, it was a store, like a convenience store. He gave you the actual name of the store.
Yeah, but they are sold out already.
Oh.
It's
just
a really
too good.
rare product.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really
I'm
really rare.
still,
So yeah, it's going to take me some time.
It's still on, buddy. If you can find it.
If you can find
Yeah, I will do it. I will try.
You will get some
everything.
SPS. You will get some SPS.
Because
Yes, I know that. It's why
I will
I will try
definitely.
to find.
It is worth every bit, yes, penny.
Put some effort.
Yes, I know.
Put some effort. Put some effort. All right, guys. What does Sidrake usually say?
Keep playing.
All right, guys. That's it for us. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.
Mm-hmm.